India's Agritech sector has attracted over 15,000 crore rupee in investment over the last 5 years, and yet walk into any areca nut farm in Shimoga today, talk to any coffee grower in Coorg, ask any spice farmer in Asan, most of them are not using a single Agritech product. Today we explain exactly why and what it reveals about how Karnataka's farmers actually make decisions. India has over 1,000 active agri-tech startups backed by serious venture capital built by smart founders armed with real technology. But last mile farmer adoption, particularly in Karnataka plantation crop belt, remains substantively frustrating low. This is not a technology problem, it is a trust problem, and understanding the difference between change anything about how you think about agri business in India. There are four real reasons agri-tech startups fail to penetrate Karnataka's rural market. Not the reason the investors say, not the reason the founders say, the actual reasons based on how Karnataka farmers actually behave. Reason 1, the trust defect. A Karnataka arecanut farmer has been buying his fertilizer, his pesticide, and his planting material from the same agri input dealer for 15 years. That dealer knows his land, knows his crop cycle, knows his family, and as he extended him credit in a bad season. An app with a 5-star rating and a Bangalore office address means nothing against a relationship. Agritech founder consistently underestimate how deeply trust is embedded in physical human relationship in Karnataka's farming communities. An app is not a relationship. A field agent who speaks Kannada visits the farm the and the come back the next season, that is a relationship. Reason 2, the language gap. The majority of agri-tech products built for Indian farmers are designed by English-speaking founders in Bangalore, Mumbai or Delhi. Their interface default to English or Hindi. Their support team speak English or Hindi. Karnataka's plantation crop farmer, the ones growing areca nut in Shivamogga, Malnad belt, coffee in Chikmagalur, cardamom in Kodagu, speak Kannada specifically. They speak district level Kannada dealers that are significantly different from what an outsider would learn. A product that cannot communicate with a farmer in his own language and dialect has already lost the relationship before it begins. Founders and investors think farmers need better crop advisory, precision irrigation management, satellite soil analysis. But walk into a Karnataka areca nut mandi today and ask any farmer what his single biggest need is. He will tell you the same thing every time. What price will my crop get today, next week, next month? Price intelligence, real time specific to his crop, his grade, his mandi, is what Karnataka farmers actually want from technology, not complex advisory platforms. Requires a 30-minute onboarding process. Just the price accurate in Kannada right now. Most agri-tech products are built around the founder's vision. Very few are built around that one simple farmer question. Reason for the distribution illusion. Agritech startup frequently count app downloads as adoption metrics. A farmer downloads an app, the startup reports 50,000 farmer sign-ups to their investors. 3 months later, 80% of those farmers have never opened the app a second time. Real distribution in Karnataka's rural markets happens through three channels: the Agri Input Dealer Network, the APMC Commission Agent Network, and the KVK Extension Service Network. These are the trusted nodes that reach the farmer's actual decision making process. A startup that does not integrate into these existing distribution network, no matter how good its technology, is building in isolation. A small number of agri-tech companies are cracking this, and they share three specific characteristics. First, they invest in physical field agent networks, real people speaking local languages, visiting farms regularly. Technology is the back end, the human being is the front end. Second, they build trust through micro wins before asking for behavior change. Give the farmer accurate price intelligence for free for 3 months, then introduce the advisory product. Trust before transaction. Third, they integrate with existing distribution infrastructure rather than trying to replace it. Agrostar works with existing agri input dealer. Dihat builds on existing farmer network. They are not disrupting the trusted system, they are adding value inside it. Karnataka has one additional layer that makes Agritech penetration harder than other states. Karnataka's major cash crops, areca nut, coffee and cardamom and spices, are plantation crops. Unlike wheat or rice, where farming practices are relatively standardized across regions, plantation crop management is highly specific to microclimate, elevation, soil type, and decades of family farming practice. A generic crop advisor that works in Punjab's wheat belt is largely useless in Shimoga's areca nut belt. The specific required to give genuinely useful advice to a Karnataka plantation crop farmer is enormous, and most agritech platforms are simply not built for that level of local depth. Here is what this analysis reveals for investors and builders watching Karnataka agribusiness. Every agri-tech failure in Karnataka's plantation crop markets is a map of an unmet need. The trust defect is an opportunity for a Kannada first field agent led distribution model. The language gap is an opportunity for genuinely local language agri-tech. The wrong problem syndrome is an opportunity for a product built entirely around price intelligence in Kannada. The biggest opportunity in Karnataka agribusiness is not replicating what has already been built in other states. It is building natively for Karnataka specific crops, communities, and communication culture. That company does not exist at scale, which means it is still available to build. Karnataka's plantation crop belt, representing over 25,000 crore rupees in annual commodity value, is largely under reserved by technology that genuinely understands it. The agritech company that solves trust, language distribution, and product market fit simultaneously for Karnataka's areca nut, coffee, and spice farmers with genuine Kannada first communication and field presence will build an extraordinarily defensible position in a market nobody has full cracked it. For investors, that is the thesis. For builders, this is the gap. For farmers, this is the change that is coming regardlessly of which company gets there first. Tracking every company, every investment, and every market development in Karnataka agribusiness and explaining what it means for farmers, traders, and investors is exactly what Agri Intel India exists to do every Monday in English from the inside. If this analysis gave you a clear picture of Karnataka agribusiness, subscribe to Agri Intel India. Next week, we look at Karnataka's coffee economy, why Karnataka produces India's finest coffee, where the export value goes, and why Karnataka coffee farmers are capturing a fraction of what the global market pays for their crop. This is Agri Intel India. Subscribe.